Good afternoon. I'm Aisha Chugtai, and I'm the chair of the Budget Committee. I'm going to call to order our regular committee meeting for Monday, April 22nd, 2024. At this time, I'll ask the clerk to call the roll so we can verify the presence of a quorum.
Councilmember Payne.
Present.
Wansley.
Present.
Rainville.
Present.
Vitaw.
Present.
Ellison is absent. Osman is absent. Cashman.
Present.
Jenkins is absent. Chavez.
Present.
Chowdhury.
Present.
Palmisano.
Present.
Vice Chair Koski.
Present.
Chair Chugtai.
Present.
There are 10 members present.
Let the record reflect that we have a quorum. We'll begin with the consent agenda, which includes one item, and that is the reappointment of Erica Mauder to the Capital Long Range Improvement Committee. Are there any questions on this item? As a reminder, we'll be using speaker management, but if you don't have it pulled up, you can use your flag for now. Seeing no questions, I will move approval of this item. Can I have a second?
Second.
Is there any other discussion on this item? Seeing none, those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Any abstentions? The ayes have it, and that motion carries. Next, we have our first discussion item, which is the appointed position of Director MPD Training in the Police Department. I will invite Brenda Miller from our Human Resources Department to begin that presentation, and then we'll be joined by Assistant Chief Gators to add further context. Welcome, Ms. Miller.
All right, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Chair Chugtai and Vice Chair Koski and members of the committee. I'm Brenda Miller, the Classification and Compensation Manager for the city. I'm here today to talk about the Director of MPD Training. This is a civilian position which is part of the Police Department and oversees MPD training. The director manages sworn police officer training in compliance with the police officer standards and training and the settlement agreement and the Department of Justice consent decree. The director of MPD training has been evaluated at 573 points, grade 12. The 2024 schedule for this position is about $125,000 to $148,000. Assuming the future incumbent starts at step 2, the 2024 annualized cost of base salary, benefits, and fringe is about $177,000. The cost is included in the 2024 budget, and changes are effective when council approves it on April 25th. Assuming council approves it on April 25th. This position meets the criteria of Section 201010 of the Minneapolis Code of Ordinances. It reports to the Assistant Police Chief. It's a member of the Police Department's executive management team. It leads the development and implementation of city policy goals, strategic planning for the police department. It requires leadership, vision, team building, and strategy implementation. And lastly, it establishes policy goals and strategies that are consistent with the goals and priorities established by the mayor, city council, and the police chief. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Miller. We'll invite Assistant Chief Gators to just provide any additional context for this position.
Thank you, Chair and Vice Chair and committee and council members. Just to make you aware of this position, just going over the history of the police department, we have long been training and using sworn personnel for most but not all training. Now, with that in mind, we have phenomenal trainers within our department who are sworn, but there are times, and I think we're at that time, we believe that we need to go outside and solicit the brains of the civilian non-sworn world, and this is why. The reason is because when building these curricula in these programs, we need individuals who understand the learning process or pedagogy. We also need individuals who understand adult learners. And people learn in many different ways, and you need experts who come in and are able to actually put together strategies and curricula that will actually work in our best interest with making those curricular consistent with or congruent with the settlement agreement. So with that in mind, that's what we're looking to solicit and look for, and that also goes in part with changing the culture along with being consistent with the settlement agreement.
Excellent. Thank you, AC Gators. Committee members, are there any questions? Council President Payne. Before I take your question, though, I'll note for the record that Councilmember Osman has joined us.
Thank you, Vice President Chugtai. I was curious if we know enough either from early discussions with DOJ or from just seeing other cities what the impact of, will this be able to fulfill the needs of the settlement agreement and the DOJ consent decree, or do we not know enough now to understand that?
Great question, Chair and Council Member. At this point, I'd be guessing. We'd be guessing to the future, but we do know that when we're looking at changing the culture and the way that we've trained in the past, best approach and practice is that, and with other agencies, is that you bring in individuals who have the expertise at times. As I said before, we have excellent instructors on our police department, and they're phenomenal, but there are times when we need a brain that understands how to build curricula and understands how to put together strategies for adult learners and the different ways in which people learn.
Thank you.
Excellent. I'm not seeing any further questions. Councilmember Osman, go ahead.
Thank you, Chair. I was wondering if my vote can be counted on consent item approving Erica Mortar for City Council reappointment.
Clerks, can you note that? Wonderful. Thank you. AC Gators, it looks like there are no further questions for you. Thank you for your time, and Ms. Miller for your presentation. Seeing no further discussion on this item, I will move approval of item number 2. Can I have a second?
Second.
That item has been moved and seconded, and on the motion to approve, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Any abstentions? The ayes have it, and that motion carries. Next, we will move to our final discussion item, item number 3, which is the appointed position for senior manager for banking, investments, and debt in the finance department. Once again, I will invite Ms. Miller to begin that presentation, and I'll note for the record that Councilmember Ellison has joined us in this committee. Go ahead, Ms. Miller.
Thank you. So reporting to the Director of Investments and Debt Management, the Senior Manager Banking, Investments, and Debt is part of the Finance and Property Services Department's Banking, Investments, and Debt Division. The Senior Manager manages the staff and the results of the city's capital market activities and serves as the Chief of Staff for the division. The Senior Manager Banking, Investments, and Debt has been evaluated at 533 points, grade 11. At the 2024 salary schedule for the position starts at about $116,000 and goes up to $137,000. At step 5 in 2024, the estimated annualized cost of the base salary, benefits, and fringe is about $175,000, which represents a total of an $12,000 increase over current estimated annual costs. The 2024 incremental cost is covered by cost savings for a vacancy due to a vacancy in the debt manager position. And again, changes are effective April 25th of 2024. This position meets the criteria of Section 201010 of the Minneapolis Code of Ordinances. Once again, this position reports to the Director, Investments and Debt Management. It's a member of the Finance and Property Services Management team. It develops and implements city policy, goals, and strategic planning for finance and property services. It requires leadership, vision, team building, and strategy implementation, and establishes policy goals and strategies that are consistent with the goals and priorities established by the mayor, city council, and the chief financial officer. And lastly, we're requesting for both positions that the committee finds that these these positions meet the appointed criteria as defined in Section 201010 of the Minneapolis Code of Ordinances and forwards them to City Council for approval. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you for that presentation, Ms. Miller. We'll invite Director Hoppy to come up and add any further context for this position for this committee's awareness. Welcome, Director.
Good afternoon, Chair Chuck Tai and members of the Budget Committee, and thank you for taking this request here today. I'm Alan Hoppy, Director of Banking, Investments, Debt, and the Merchant Card business for the city. I've put on the screen here some information which is already in slightly different form in the materials that you've already received. Rather than going point by point through this, I'll just go to the question of, well, why? Why are we here today? Well, obviously, HR has done an assessment of the duties being performed and come to this conclusion that this position should be upgraded from a manager to a senior manager. So that part is done independent of my involvement. My involvement, of course, was to make a request that HR look at the duties being performed and to be sure that it is correctly scaled within the city's system. And so I'm grateful for HR to complete that effort. A couple things have changed. The position originally started as a manager 4 to 5 years ago. At that point in time, it was a new position covering just debt and investments. Since I came on board 3 years ago, my background's in treasury type work, dealing with all the things that we currently cover, and I discussed with the CFO and the controller the interest and ability for us to bring the banking team over to our group, which included the merchant card. And that was agreed to. So we have a consolidation of focus with the financial sector, especially the financial institution sector. So that's a strength for the city to have more people doing the same thing and sharing a body of knowledge. So that's efficiency and maximization for the city. So we've had an expansion of the duties compared to what was originally set. And then, of course, the finance industry doesn't get any simpler. And being in government, I know we can all appreciate that the regulatory environment doesn't get any simpler. So there's a pretty heavy lift here with responsibilities to keep the operations running and to be aware of what's going on in the industry and to make sure that services are delivered primarily internally to city departments, but of course to the citizens to the extent that they touch on some of the pieces of business that we work with. And that's kind of the basic background of why we're here.
Wonderful. Thank you for that information, Director Hoppy and Ms. Miller, for your presentation. Are there any questions for either presenters? Seeing none, I will move approval of item number 3 on the motion to approve. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, say nay. Any abstentions? The ayes have it, and that motion carries. Now, before we move into adjournment, Councilmember Ellison, would you like to be noted as voting in the affirmative on item number 2 and item number 1?
Yes. Thank you.
Our clerks have noted that, and with that, we have concluded all business to come before the committee. No worries. Councilmember Chowdhury.
Thank you, Chair Chugtai, council members. I promise we'll be leaving this meeting very shortly into adjournment. I just wanted to take this time to give that announcement that the policy and research team did share with you an addendum briefing on the TNC vehicle and operations impact analysis. and Chair Chavez of the Committee of the Whole Committee and I have discussed bringing on a walk-on item for a presentation at the Committee of the Whole meeting. If that meeting it does go too long, I will work with Chair Osman of Biz to get that on the Biz Committee agenda. So just wanted to note that for the public and council members, since we have been awaiting this information, and just wanted to give the heads up. So thank you, Chair Chugtai, for the time.
Wonderful. Thank you, Council Member. And now we have concluded all of the business to come before this committee today, and without objection, we stand adjourned.